Hey everybody, this is Rick from Blind Ranger Outdoors. The Kraken and I are up at on the Manistee River getting ready to put in at the CCC bridge. The plan is to float 65 miles. So we left West Virginia yesterday morning, drove 12 hours, got up here to Chippewa Landing, spent the night, a rainy night, and got our shuttle up this morning, so we're getting ready to put in. So after we get finished with the Manistee, we're going to head over to the Pine River, and we're going to do 4 days and 3 nights on the Pine River. So we'll get started and see you down the river.
There's nothing like putting on a river for the first time. You plan and prepare the best you can, but you know that plan's probably going to change, either from weather or water conditions. That's just part of the excitement. The Kraken and I look forward to it, and we'll make the necessary changes, move along without complaint.
Well, we just put on. It's a cloudy, rainy day. We're hoping to go about 15 miles today. The river's really narrow up here on this first part. Going to try to catch some trout and maybe even a walleye or two. Stay tuned. Well, Ken did it again. The first cast got him a brown trout. And we were not even out of sight of the boat launch hardly.
It's a little tiny thing.
Well, one cast, one trout. This upper section's been very narrow and winding. Pretty good current. Ken's got him another brown.
The Kraken and I have been going on canoe trips for more than 30 years across the U.S. and Canada, long before YouTube and GoPros. And as long as my diminishing eyesight and our health holds out, we'll continue looking for new places to explore.
We're a little over 4 hours in. We've passed Sharon Bridge a while back, looking for a camp spot, having trouble finding a spot, a lot of private land. So we've probably done about 16 or 17 miles so far. But we need to find a spot soon, or we're going to make our 5-day trip a 4-day trip.
Oh, I bet yours switched to... No, it wouldn't
Switch
do
to what?
Different time zone.
Well, we made it to camp. We have a discrepancy on what time it is. The Kraken's watch says 5:24. Mine says 6:06. So we're
30 minutes.
we're going to call it 5:50. It's 5:50 p.m. We made it to camp. Big haul up off the hill. I'm telling you, campsites are few and far between on this river so far.
But we found a dandy.
We do have a good one. We'll get it set up here and
Like red ribbon or something?
yeah. Yeah, of course, since I didn't move from a chair last night, I didn't have to worry about it. It's Wednesday morning, our first morning on the river. It's the start of our second day of paddling. Got in camp pretty late, didn't really film anything once we got here. Had to get stuff set up. Ended up with a really good camp. There's the tarp and chairs we had set up last night. So we're hoping we don't have as difficult time finding a campsite tonight. We may said be going further than what we intended and end up shortening the trip by a day. See how it goes. What are you cooking for breakfast? Hen eggs? Bacon, bagel. All right, we're loaded up, ready to take off on our second day on the Manistee. We're putting in, I don't know, we're a couple miles below Sharon West Bridge. The way we're using old buddy Scott's Old Town Discovery 169. First trip it's been on in a while.
I really love the second day of a trip. You have the long drive and shuttle behind you. Now the fun really begins. You can settle into your routine, enjoy nature with every passing mile, do a little fishing, but always keeping your eye out for that perfect campsite. Once you find it, you set up camp, you enjoy a great dinner over an open campfire. Then you settle in for some conversation around that campfire, discussing the day's events, tomorrow's plan, and reminiscing about past trips, of which there has been many.
So this kind of stuff we've had pretty much the whole way, just trees in the water, dodging around pretty much constantly. We're about 3 hours into our float today. About probably about half hour from the M66 bridge. Weather's been pretty nice this morning, today. Even had a little bit of sunshine. Yeah, we just stopped at Riverside Landing for a quick lunch, back on the river, having a nice cold beverage to celebrate a little bit of sunshine out today. Weather's mid-50s is a high. No rain today. It's supposed to be pretty cold and rain tomorrow. So see what happens. Go as far as we can this evening. Look for a campsite. Hopefully not too late. Well, it's 6:45. We're in camp. Got camp set up. Still got to get the fire and dinner. We did 5.5 hours or 5 hours paddling today. Pretty tired. Terrible campsite, but there's so few and far between. We had to take what we could find. Big old bank we had to come up over. I couldn't find any trees for my hammock, so I'm sleeping in my little pod back there. And we got the fire going. Tonight's dinner we're having brats, and we had an ear of pickled corn each. Forgot to show that for our old Colonel Wald, who couldn't make the trip with us. He brought us, sent us each 2 ears of his pickled corn on the cob.
And it was good too.
And it was good. We had one tonight and we had one last night for our hors d'oeuvres.
Thank you, Walt.
And last night's dinner was chicken fettuccine. And as I understand it, was really good. I didn't eat much of it. I went to bed early. So today's a longer day than we usually do. I think we did about 20 miles on the river. And pretty much paddling the whole time. We stopped for a quick jerky and granola bar lunch. And that was really it. So no spot to put up our big tarp, so we'll just be using my hammock tarp. Because it's supposed to rain tonight and all day tomorrow. We might not even put in tomorrow. We may have to just stay in tomorrow. It's supposed to be 100% chance of rain. Highs now is only supposed to be 48 degrees. So that could be pretty chilly. But since we made so many miles yesterday and today, we're ahead of pace. So even if we stay in camp an extra day, we'll get through the trip as scheduled, then move on to the Pine. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Well, that ain't going to hold true, I don't think. Because it's supposed to rain tonight and all day tomorrow. Well, it's Thursday morning, our third morning in the river, or second morning. This will be our third day floating, but unless it quits raining, we're probably not going to. It looks like we're going to have a lot of sitting under the tarp time. Calling for rain all day and chilly. Well, tonight for dinner we're having red beans and rice with kielbasa. I'm gonna have dinner a little early this evening, try to beat the rain because it's supposed to start again. That's good stuff right there. So we pretty much laid in all day. It quit raining here this afternoon, so get an early dinner. I got my hammock set up too after a horrible night in my tent. So anyway, have a nice dinner, and we got to do a lot of miles tomorrow because Saturday it's supposed to be pretty bad weather again, cold and rainy.
Thickening up pretty good.
Did you time it?
No.
Just eyeball it.
Well, you know when it gets thick. Right now it's like soup. I heard those canoeists before I saw them.
Yeah, I heard them coming down too. Of course, I didn't know if it was kayakers or what. I just heard voices. So it's just a guy and a girl in a canoe.
Right.
They have aluminum canoe. Or?
No, it's a nice canoe. I'm not sure what type it was. Fiberglass, but it's a dark maroon color.
Were they paddling pretty hard?
And about all they had with them was cooler.
Yeah, that's good. Red beans and rice, kielbasa, cowboy caviar, and a bacon.
Good. might need just a little more.
Getting her dishwater.
Come on, smell it.
You want a hand?
No, you just sit there and see them.
Okay. You're a mountain goat.
Here we got Ranger Rick doing his favorite chore. The cleanup.
So I do something once in a while. Not much. It's Friday morning. It's going to be our third day on the river. We'll probably finish it up today. I think we'll probably have about 6 hours or so. Got really good weather for traveling today, and then rain's going to set in again pretty hard tonight and tomorrow. So probably try to get out all the way today. So I'll have some breakfast and pack up and head down the river. All right, Ken's making for breakfast a skillet. It's got Italian sausage, bacon, cowboy caviar, eggs, and cheese. And it's going to be put on a tortilla. Should be good. Well, we're on the road again this morning. We put on 10:30. Beautiful day today. Sunshine, blue sky. See how many miles we can put on today. Fishing's been almost impossible because the water moves so fast out of the canoe. It's just you move too quick and too many obstacles in the way to concentrate on fishing. So we haven't done much of that after Ken caught those two right off the bat. We're about half hour below Rainbow Jim's Bridge. Been on the water for a little over an hour this morning. First blue skies we've seen. Got a little color up ahead with the red maple tree. Pretty good sized sand hill there. Wonder if that was that campsite back there on the right, Ken, you were thinking about. Oh, so it was on the same side as the sand dune? 4 o'clock, we found camp. Probably on about an hour to the takeout. It's actually a good camp spot. The hill that we had to climb with our gear wasn't nearly as bad. So we paddled for, it's 4 o'clock, 5.5 hours today. That'll be my spot for this evening. And the Kraken's setting up over there. saw we find. They're as good as our old saw biver saws. Quit making parts for. That's living pretty good. Peanuts and beer on the, was this our fourth night?
Yeah. The kids want some too, I think. Well, what do you think of the trip so far?
Well, I like exploring new things. I definitely don't like the river as well. I'd say Wisconsin. But no, it's definitely glad I came. Never know what the next turn will bring.
It's a great river to paddle.
Yeah, yeah, and
That's
that's
all you
true.
want to do.
For paddling, canoeing, yeah, it's right. Campsites are a little hard to find, and it's hard to fish from the canoe when you're moving. But yeah, and once we got out of all the cabins, you know, definitely took on a better.
A little more wilderness feel.
Yeah. Yeah, that first putting up CCC down, that first part, a lot of cabins pretty much that whole way, wasn't
First day,
it? I didn't know that.
Supposedly this last section has a lot of cabins too.
So this is our last night on the Manistee. This is our fourth night. We've only put 3 days of paddling in since we stayed in camp yesterday, relaxed. So we'll be taking off tomorrow. Probably only got about an hour to go. And when we get off, that'll end the first part of our adventure. And then we'll transition, move over to do the Pine, meet up with our shuttle driver tomorrow afternoon, get things lined out for Sunday morning, where we'll put on. Tonight's dinner is one of our favorites. Hamburger helper lasagna with pepperoni in it. Our Italian buddy, Saka, it was his secret family recipe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how's that authentic Italian lasagna?
It's like Saka makes.
Yeah, well, Saka, he claims to be full-blooded Italian. I guess he is, because he makes good lasagna out of Hamburger Helper. There's mine, a little bagel on the side. We've had a fine evening here on the Manistee on our last evening. Nice dinner, good campfire.
Good compadre.
Good compadre, good weather, everything's perfect. This is why we do this. Good morning. It's our 5th morning on the river. Take out today. Got a pretty morning. As promised by the weatherman, it did not rain until after we went to bed last night, and it quit raining this morning before we got up. And we're supposed to have a pretty day today, so be a good way to end our Manistee portion of the trip. Oh, down there's the Old Town 169 Discovery. It's treated us well. It's a beast of a canoe. It'll haul all the weight we could possibly ever want to carry. It's been a while since it's been out on the water, so it's great to get back in it. Floated hundreds and hundreds of miles in that boat all over the country and Canada with my my old buddy Scott, who actually owns the boat. So he loaned it to us for this trip. Normally we have my Old Town 174, which is a longer boat, or Ken's 158, which is of course shorter. Makes it a little more difficult when you're packing up a bunch of gear. There's Ken cooking breakfast. Lazy man chair. Pretty sweet setup. That's the first time we ever brought those chairs. Well, we're winding down our last mile or so on the Manistee. Complete our 65-mile float. It was 5 days and 4 nights. Of course, one night we just stayed in camp, and this last day was a really short float, only about 45 minutes to the takeout. So anyway, we'll load up, head over towards the Pine River, find us a campsite, hook up with our shuttle service for tomorrow, and then go out to dinner, find a place to watch the West Virginia-Oklahoma football game tonight. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on this part 2 of the trip on the Pine River in northern Michigan.